Hello everyone, Denise here. Today I'm going to show you how to do the stitch for November 2022 in the round by showing you how to make this hat and the slouchy hat that is on the left. Let's get started. So the materials you will need is any yarn and any hook that matches that yarn. I am using Sweet Roll Vivid by Preemie. This is 174 yards, 160 meters, 3.5 ounces, 100 grams. This is a medium weight 4. It calls for an eye hook, and that is what I have here. And this is 100% acrylic. This is in the colorway Lava Lamp. This is my eye hook. This is the Furls Odyssey. And we're going to start with the brim. And there are a couple of different ways, or at least two different ways that I usually do my brims. One is the method where you do the band back and forth. And the alternate method is the one where you do the front post, back post double crochets, or half double crochets or whatever. The front post and back post. So this hat, I'll show you the one that I made. It is with the front post and back post. Let me grab it really quick. Okay, so here are the two versions I have created so far. This one has the front post and the back post double crochets, and this one has the ribbing that you work separately as the band, and then you attach the hat and work up. So it is up to you which version that you would like to do. This version I usually do on my hats that are either top down or bottom up, just because I think the ribbing works better as far as fit. The one with the band that you attach, you have to figure in how wide the person's head is, and then with this kind of band you usually have to go a few inches smaller than the head that you're looking to fit, because this has so much stretch in it that it will be too large if you do it. If you do it too large, it will be too large for the person's head because of the stretch. And with this version, once you work up the rows this way, I lay it out and then I measure it. And for this hat, which would fit, you know, an adult, probably either female or male, I went to 15 inches with this band because this band is so stretchy. So it's up to you, whatever method you want to do. I can show you both, but essentially once we start the body, the hat pattern will be the same. So I will go ahead and I will start with the front post, back post, and then show you how we work that up, and then I will do this, because this one is pretty much you're making a band and then joining in the round. This one's joining in the round right away. So let's start with this one first. I will show you how to do that, and I have that in other videos as well. But I will show you how I do that from the bottom up instead of the top down. So you do have to know at least the age of the person that you're making the hat for, unless you're doing it for donation, and then it is whatever size you want to make. So if I'm going to make a hat for, say, a teen or an adult, I want to start with a chain that's going to fit around my head, because it will probably end up fitting any teen. So my head is about 20, last time I measured it, I think it was 21 and a half. And that's pretty average, pretty typical. So we're looking at a child teen would be about 21 inches. So we're gonna shoot for that. So if it fits me, it's going to fit them. So we want to do this in multiples of 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, no, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. I'm going to try it around my head and see where I'm at with this, because this almost seems like it would be good. Okay, so 52 fits around my head. Now I want it to be about an inch shorter. With this type of band, you want to make it to fit around the head of the person you're making it for. When you're doing your chain, you want that to be a little bit loose. So this doesn't feel like it's going to be loose enough once I crochet it up, so I'm going to chain 2 more and make it 54, because once you start that ribbing on the hat, let me grab it. Once you start that ribbing on the hat, that ribbing is going to cinch up. So the foundation chain is going to be larger than this actual band is. So this is going to cinch in here, so you want to make it a little bit loose at the beginning. So I'm chaining 54 for mine. And like I said, my head's 21.5 inches. So roughly, you know, it's going to fit anyone from say 10 up. And if it needs to be flipped up and the brim put up for somebody younger, then that's okay, because the front post, back post double crochets are reversible. So I'm going to join in the round without twisting my chain. Follow along, make sure it's not twisted. And then join to the first chain slip stitch. Now I'm going to chain 2, and I'm going to put a double crochet in that same spot there. And now I'm going to put a double crochet in each foundation chain all the way around this circle here. I do crochet along with my end here for a couple of stitches, and then I drop it so that I can weave it in properly later, but that just helps it to be more secure. So one double crochet in each stitch around. That looks odd. I want to fix that. It's because of that extra one there. One double crochet in each chain. If you do not like going into the foundation chain stitch, you can turn your work slightly and go into the back bump, which you can see right there. Does not matter either way, just be consistent with whatever you're doing. I'll be right back when I am done with the end of this round. Once you get to the end of the round, you want to slip stitch to that first double crochet and not the chain 2, so that you are not increasing. Chain 2, and then we start our front post, back post double crochets. So we will put a front post double crochet in this first one, and you yarn over, put your hook in like this, and yarn over and pull through, and then finish it off like a regular double crochet. And then the back post, you will yarn over and go into the stitch this way, pull up a loop, and finish the same way. We're going to alternate from front and back post double crochets all the way around. And that's what you would do if you were doing the entire band in front post and back post double crochets. If you want to do front post and back post half double crochets, you sure can. If you prefer single crochets, you sure can do that as well. Or trebles, it's up to you. However you want to do the band of your hat. I prefer doubles because double crochet is my favorite stitch, if I had one. And it's just my go-to stitch. So that is what you do for the ribbing, and then the ribbing ends up looking like this. Bring the hat back in here, and your ribbing will end up looking like this. And it is reversible, so it looks the same on this side. So if you need to fit this to a younger child and it's too long, you just flip it up and then it is the same on both sides. So that is how you do the front post, back post double crochet, or half double or single ribbing. So I will show you how to do this ribbing, and I'm going to show you how to do that in white. So let me grab my Preemie Basics yarn in white, and this stuff is awesome. I can tell you I have never worked with Preemie Basics before this week in my life. It's not available anywhere here locally, and I ordered it to go with a project I'm making, and I adore this yarn. This is equivalent to me as far as Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn, and I really do love that yarn. So to me, the quality is spot on with the Hobby Lobby yarn. I do believe that this has way more yardage than the Hobby Lobby yarn. I don't think I have any around me. Wait, no, that is Simply Flawless, so that wouldn't count. But this yarn is high quality for a basic yarn. I mean, it feels like the Hobby Lobby yarn, except just a smidge less. Less something. I don't know what less it is, but it's ever so slight, so it doesn't make a big difference. But this is very, very good yarn. I will be ordering a lot more of this. And this is, like I said, white. It is Preemie Basics, and it is worsted weight 4, 359 yards, 328 meters, 7 ounces, 200 grams. 100% acrylic. It is nice. It is really nice. I will be buying this probably over Hobby Lobby yarn, but it's equivalent in my mind to me as far as quality. It is awesome. This is also tested and approved against 350 plus harmful substances, so that's awesome, especially for making baby blankets. And like I said, this is white. So I'm going to take that out, and I am going to show you how to do ribbing in case you don't know how to do that. And that is simply you could do half double, single crochet, double, however you want to do it. I did single crochet in this one. So you are chaining the amount that you want for the brim, keeping in mind that you may want to fold it over. So if you want to fold it over, you might want to do it a little bit longer. I did this one keeping in mind I wanted to fold it up about half so that it looks like this. But it is up to you. However long you want to do your chain, go ahead and do it. I did mine 11. So you end up with 10 single crochets when you're doing what I had done on my hat. So let me grab this, make sure that I still need an eye hook, which I'm positive I do. Yes, I9 hook, 5.5 mm. Going to do a slip knot and then chain 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so a chain of 11 is going to give you 10 single crochets because we're going to put a single crochet in the second chain from the hook and across. and each row will be identical until you get to the length that you desire for the brim of your hat. Chain 1, turn your work, look at your work, and put it up like this so that you can see the top of the stitches here. The top of the stitches, there will be a front loop and a back loop. You will be putting all of your stitches in the back loop. So pulling it up, put your hook into the back loop, doing a single crochet. You will have 10 stitches each row, every row. Chain 1, turn, do the same thing again, back loop only, single crochet, until you have the length that you want for your hat. So let me run down some sizes here, and I will put them in the description box as well. So I have them over here, so if you hear my voice carrying, I will try to turn so you can hear me. So we're looking at a small preemie. The circumference of their head would be 8 to 9 inches. So you would be looking at making it significantly smaller than that, because with the stretch, you will get to 8 to 9 inches pretty quick. So keep that in mind. Preemie circumference is 9 to 11 inches. Newborn circumference 12 to 14. 3 months old 15 to 16 inches. 6 months circumference 17 inches. 12 months circumference 18 inches. 2T would be 19 inches, 3 to 5T would be 20 inches, and then a child to teen would be 21 inches, a woman's circumference would be 22, and a man's would be 23, and that is all average. Of course, everybody is different, and most of the time when we make a hat, it can fit a wide range of heads because of our unique way that the yarn will stretch with our work. So depending on your gauge and all that good stuff, should be good as far as you are with the brim, making sure that you are not making it too big. You don't want to make your brim 9 inches because then it's going to be too large. So if I was doing a 2T head, it would be 19 inches roughly on average. So 19 inches, I would probably do a 14-inch band like this. Okay, but I'm gonna do an adult, and my adult hat that I did here, I made to 15 inches and it stretched perfectly around my head. So I'm going to make my brim 15 inches. So I'm just going to keep going in the manner that I was going before, putting a single crochet in every back loop of every stitch, all the way across every row until I get to a 15-inch band. And then I will show you what to do. So I'll be right back. So I wanted to let you know that you can make an entire hat this way with a band like this. All you need to do is you need to start at the bottom, figure out how big you want your hat to be from the crown to the brim, and if you want this ending up folding up, just make it as long as you wish, and then do the same exact method that I'm doing here except longer, and then you'll end up with this long rectangle. You would join it, seam it up, and then cinch the top. So essentially you can make a hat identical to what you're doing right here for the brim. You would just make it longer. And again, I'll have the information for the average hat sizes in the description box so that you can take a look at that. That's another way that you can make a hat. But I'm going to show you how to do the stitch for November in this tutorial. But I just wanted to let you know that that is one way that you can make a hat very easily. Okay. All right, so my band is at 15 inches. I am going to join in the round. And for the first round, I am going to do a row or round of single crochets, just single crochets. And I want that number to end up being even. And I don't want it to be too small of numbers or too large of numbers, because if it is too many, your hat's gonna look weird. And if it's too small, it's going to pull in and not fit the person that you're making it for. So my recommendation for that is to join it in the round like this. Slip stitch to your first corner here. I'm looking for the yarn. Okay. We can use that tail to sew up the end. But for now, we would want to chain one, single crochet in that same spot as our chain one, and then put a single crochet all the way around this edge. Now I'm just going to put one in each row that I did before, and hopefully that works out to be an even number. If not, I will add one at the end. So that is pretty much all I am going to do, and I will meet up with you in just a little bit, and I will tell you what my number is when I get to the back to the beginning here. Okay, I have 62 single crochets all the way around. I'm going to zip up this really quick with a needle because it's annoying me. Just gonna whip stitch it shut. And if it's not enough, I will do the rest later, but it keeps twisting on me, so it's getting annoying as I try to work. Okay, that'll do for now. Not much of an end there, but like I said, I will worry about that in a little bit. Just sick of it twisting around on me. Okay, so once we are to the beginning of our round, we will slip stitch into that first single crochet and discuss colors. So if you want to start changing colors, that is up to you. I will show you my other hat here and show you what I did and why I chose to do this round of single crochet in white. So in this one, I chose not to do that, and I started with yellow, and then I put a round of white, and then I continued on with the colors. So this was totally planned out by me on the cake of yarn on to graduate up to the darkest color. But I decided I thought it would look better if the color pattern followed as far as the V-stitches. They were the colored stitch instead of the white stitch. So had I done it in pattern as I did all the way up the hat, I would have started with white here and then moved to the middle color like this, being colored, and then white. So when you get to your moss seed linen section, you can choose if you want to change color and how you want that to follow. This one is the first row or the first round done with the color, and then this is in white and then in color. And then this one is white for the first one, color for the second one, white for the third one. And I personally like that better. I think it looks better. So had I done that to begin with this first row would have been white, first round would have been white, then color, then white, and then the V's would have been colored, and then white, and then color, and then white, and then color, and I think it would have flowed, you know, a lot better. But I did it this way, and it was a learning process. So just so that you know, if you want to start out with a certain color pattern, to think it out just a smidge before you start your patterning. This one I did single crochet all the way around, and then I alternated with the green and the orange. I know this is a little odd. This was specifically requested by me to make these colors together. So I did green, orange, green, orange, green, orange, so on. So my V rows were all going to be orange the way I had it planned in my head, and then when you back off from it a little bit, it just looks like striping. So it's actually quite gorgeous, and you could do team colors with this if you want to make hats for a youth group that is on a certain hockey, basketball, football, whatever team that you are making the hat for. You can make it in colors that way. And then I combine the pom-pom with all three colors to finish that off. So color planning, if you plan on changing color, think about it before you do it. So this pattern, the way we're going to start, we are going to do our 3 rounds of moss or seed or linen stitch, and then we're going to do a V stitch round, and then it's going to follow 3 and then V, 3 and then V. So decide where you want to do your color patterning. As far as I'm concerned, I am going to actually, instead of going from the middle of the cake, I'm going to go from the edge of the cake. So starting from the outside of the cake, I am going to start with purple. And like I said, we are doing moss, seed, linen, whatever you want to call it. So for your last stitch, before you change colors, if you are changing colors, pull through with your second color. Leave a tail for weaving in. Chain 1 to secure, and then put a single crochet in that first and same space as your chain 1. Then we're going to chain 1, going to skip 1, go into the next and put a single crochet, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet. So on my other hat, the way I colored the striping on it, if you wanted the white to be the alternate row, if you're going to stripe with white, just to remind you, see, I'm doing it backward. If you wanted to stripe it like these at the top, where it's white, color white for your section of the moss seed linen stitch, you would start with white instead of purple like I am. I'm starting with purple because I am not putting white in this hat. I am just going to go up with a color. So I just wanted to make sure that you weren't off track as far as your color work. If you are following me, I am not changing to white at any time. So, and I will show you why at the end of the project. So you will just do the chain 1, single crochet after skipping a space all the way around until you get to the beginning of the round. And then I will show you what to do. Now, if you're doing a cowl, you do the same thing. You could do a cuff or a brim like this if you want for your cowl, or you could just start in pattern by doing a foundation chain and then I would do one row of single crochet or one round of single crochet, and then you could start in and just make your cowl that way. You could also do fingerless gloves in this pattern, and these would probably be perfect for sticking a thumb through, maybe if you chained one more. So if I get time this week, I will do a tutorial on fingerless gloves in this pattern. Work your way all the way around. Almost to the end of the round here. Chain one, slip stitch to your first single crochet. Okay, round two of the moss stitch. If you're changing color, go ahead and change color. You will put a single crochet in that same space and one single crochet in the next chain one space. Chain one, put a single crochet in the next chain one space, chain one, single crochet in the next chain one space. And that is how moss linen seed stitch is worked with crochet. Single crochet, chain one, single crochet in the chain one space. All the way around. Until you get to the end, and then we will start round three of the moss linen seed stitch. Pretty soon you will hear my clock and it will be birds, just so you know. It's nearing 6 p.m. here. Also, if you want to mark your first stitch of the round, you sure can with a stitch marker. I have made several of these hats now, so I do not find the need to do so. Pretty prominent once you get around to it that you see it. But if you're zipping along, you might skip it, especially if you're not going to change colors. Nearing the end here, single crochet in that last chain one space, chain one, slip stitch to that beginning, single crochet. Now we are going to chain one, single crochet in that same space, chain one, go to the next chain one space and single crochet into that. We're going to do that all the way around again. This is our third round of moss stitch. I'm going to fix my yarn. I decided, since I am working from the outside of the cake, to put it on my yarn valet, I guess it's called. Pick this up at Hobby Lobby or Michael's, I don't remember where, but it's for cones of cotton. But it does work for this if you stick the cake on it correctly and doesn't unwind from the top. That way I don't have to roll it across the floor. So just keep working in moss seed linen stitch for your third round until you get to the beginning. know. Okay, when you get to the end of this round, put a single crochet in that last chain one space and do not chain one. Okay, now we're going to slip stitch into that first single crochet. And we're going to chain 3. We're going to put 2 double crochets in that next chain one space. And in each space, chain 1 space around, we're going to do 2 double crochets. They're not technically a V-stitch, but they sure look like it when you're working them. Got a color change. So pretty. I don't know if that's showing up in camera. Let me move my light closer. So pretty. If you want to do this with a black brim, you sure can, because that would be gorgeous as well. But I'll show you at the end of the hat why I choose white, because it has something to match it. So just 2 double crochets in each of the chain 1 spaces all the way around. This is so pretty. Okay, once we get to the end here, ignore this chain 3 and slip stitch into the top of your first double crochet. Okay, so the next 3 rounds are going to be moss linen seat stitch. So we are going to chain 1, single crochet in that same space, chain 1, and single crochet in between those 2 V-stitches here. Chain 1, single crochet in between those 2 V-stitches, or those 2 double crochets. All the way around. Oh, that is the prettiest pink. I love this yarn so much. This colorway, I didn't think that I was going to like it when I purchased it, but I just love the color change in this. So pretty. I like this one much better than the glowworm that I got. And that one's pretty, but this one I really like. I have not purchased any more. I figured I would use up what I had before I bought more, because I have plenty of yarn. And if I'm buying it, I should be using it, right? I should have been doing that theory this whole time. Okay, to the end here, single crochet in between those 2, slip stitch to your first single crochet. So we're going to be repeating what we did down here. So we are going to do that for 2 more rounds, and then we're going to do another round of V-stitch, and then 3 more of the moss linen seed stitch. So that's how this pattern goes. So chain 1, we're going to single crochet in that same space, single crochet in this chain 1 space, chain 1, single crochet in the next chain 1 space, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, all the way around. The next round we are going to do the same, and then I will meet up with you before we start the next V-stitch round. So I'm going to continue crocheting and probably fast forward. When you get to the end of the round 3 of the moss seed linen stitch, put a single crochet in that last chain 1 space and do not chain 1. slip stitch into your first single crochet, and then we are going to work on a round of V-stitch. So chain 3 and 2 double crochet in the next chain 1 space, and each chain 1 space all the way around. Now we are to the end of our V-stitch row. We are going to put 2 double crochets in the last chain 1 space and slip stitch to our first double crochet, to our 3 rounds of moss linen seed stitch by chaining 1, single crochet in that first space, chain 1, single crochet in between each of the V-stitches all the way around. And continue on in the hat in that manner until you get to the length that you want before you start decreasing or closing the top. And I can show you how to decrease on my hat, but if you are going to work straight up and then cinch the top, make sure you have the correct measurement from wherever your brim is down here to the length of the hat up here to the crown before you cinch, and then make sure you're allowing a little bit of extra room for the cinching, because that does eat up a bit of your length. There will be sizes in the description box so that you can have a guide as to an average size. So I'm going to keep working as I have been until I reach the desired height of my hat. Okay, so when you're ready to decrease, make sure that you are doing it on your second row of your seed moss linen stitch, because that makes it the easiest. So I have one round to do, so I'm going to do one round of the moss stitch, and then I will be back with you to show you how to decrease. Okay, so for decreasing the crown of the hat, you want to do it on the second row of moss stitch, and then you will join like you normally will, and then you will chain one and put a single crochet in each chain one space all the way around. The next round you will put a single crochet in each single crochet space that you made in this round. So this one you are putting a single crochet in each chain one space. And that's going to decrease. Next round we are just going to work a single crochet in each of these single crochets that we are making right now. Once you get to the beginning of your round, slip stitch into that first single crochet that you made. Okay, now we're just going to chain one, put a single crochet in that same space there, and then in each single crochet all the way around we're going to put a single crochet in. We're going to slip stitch to that first single crochet of our round, chain one, single crochet in the same stitch, and now this round we're going to single crochet two together. Go in a single crochet, pull up a loop, go in the next single crochet, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all three. And then the next round we are going to do a round of single crochets again. Slip stitch to your first single crochet, chain one, single crochet in that same space, and in each single crochet all the way around. And if this decrease leads you to fewer and fewer stitches and you have just a small opening, go ahead and cut a length of about 8 inches and then weave through and cinch the top. I am almost there. So we are just going to repeat the single crochet two together, alternating with a single crochet row or round until we have an opening that is small enough to cinch shut. And I am almost there. I'm going to do another round of single crochet 2 together, and then a single crochet round, and then I will cinch shut. Okay, I'm ready to cinch shut, so I'm going to cut a length of my yarn, and I am going to pull my yarn through and then weave through each stitch round so I can close the opening. Just in and out and in and out in each stitch around. I'm not going to close mine all the way. I'm going to cinch it, and then I'm going to stitch back so that I can leave a small tiny opening for a pom-pom. So I can get my crochet hook in there. Yep, that's good. I usually put my hand in the hat and then drop the needle down in so I can weave in the end inside. There's the opening. Is that harder to see once you're on the other side? It's right there. I'm gonna make sure I don't cinch it shut. I'm gonna leave my finger in there while I weave in this end, because I will be sad if I can't get the pom-pom to go on and off. Just weave it in, and then once I'm done with this, I will probably felt the end in a bit. I'm gonna leave this here for a button. Let me go grab one. Have my button here, so I am going to weave the end on a needle that will actually go through that button. The buttonholes of it. Hopefully. Yes. I want it as close to the opening as I can get it, which is right here. And then I am going to weave that in and out to attach the button. But I really having a hard time doing that on camera because I need the room to pull the needle through. See? Now I'm going to crisscross it through that. And it won't show on the other side because it's the same color of yarn. And then down back in. Then I will try to come up through one of the holes in the button so I can weave it in on the inner side. Yep. Maybe. Pliers out. Okay, this time I am going to go down into the heart, but I'm going to stay on this side of the work. See that? Staying on the inner side of the hat. And that is so I can weave in the end on this side. Got some spaces here that I can go into from decreasing just to cinch them up a bit. Not that it will really be seen because there will be a pom-pom there, and it's at the tippy top of the hat. But just in case, why not sew it up a bit? Doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to leave this so I can felt the end. Make sure it doesn't come out. Although it doesn't really matter if it does because I weaved it in so much. So I'm just gonna clip it. I don't think it needs felted today. I'm good. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I will link the video in the description. But essentially you take a felting needle that looks like this. Comes in a set at Hobby Lobby or whatever craft store. It's called needle felting. And you punch down into some styrofoam as to felt your yarn a little bit and keep it in spot. But you can watch that video. Okay, so where's my other end? I have a few here. So I'm going to weave these in. Let me grab my pom-pom and put it on, and then I will put it on my mannequin and show you. Oh, I still have my tag on my pom-pom. So I bought this pom-pom at Hobby Lobby, the Yarnology one. If you get there, I mean, I don't know if they still do this, but they used to do them 50% off. So if they still do 50% off of Yarnology every once in a while, you can get these for $2. Which is a heck of a deal because they are adorable. I'm sticking my crochet hook in the end here to grab the loop of the pom-pom, and then I am going to pull it over the button to keep it on. And I'm pretty sure they still sell these pom-poms there because I saw them and grabbed a couple not that long ago. So I take the crochet hook and I pull in the elastic and I put it around the button to keep it on. Okay, let me show you on the mannequin. There she is. She is all done. That is the pom-pom I was talking about at Hobby Lobby. It is so cute. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So you can get that to the vivid yarn that I thought this really matched was, oh my gosh, what is it called? It's called Moonbeam. Moonbeam. The one that I think that it really matches. But it looks really good with a lava lamp as well. Let me take the hat off the mannequin to show you how large it is. Okay, so comparing the two, my hat that I made that's a slouchy. The brim is 3 inches. This is 2 inches for this one. And then the body of the hat, this one is 11 inches. So total, my slouchy hat is 14 inches. This one is 8 total inches for this one. So that's a big difference. But that is the difference between a slouchy and a regular hat. So if you are looking to do a slouchy, add a ton of length. I recommend about 11 inches at least for from your brim to the top of the hat. But it's up to you. You can make your slouchy as long as you want. I just wanted mine extra long. I didn't want any leftover yarn in this this cake that I had, and I used all of it in this. So this one, I didn't use all of that cake. I still have some left, but that's okay. I can do some trimming or something with that. So let me grab my other hat and compare these two. See, the brim on this one is about 4 inches, and it can be folded up quite a ways. It could fit an adult, or it could fit somebody younger. You just fold up the brim. So that is that. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. I will probably be doing a fingerless glove pattern for this stitch. Just depends on timing. So look forward to that. And then let's see what the date is today. I probably will not be doing a video the week of Thanksgiving. So if that's the case, I'll either record early or later on my makes for the month, and then the last week in November will be our giveaway for December. So stay tuned for that. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. And until next time, guys, I appreciate you. Bye.